Guten Abend, meine. Caleb, you're muted.
Ben, getting cast.
I'm in cast. Caleb's muted. Caleb, you're muted. Okay. Well, I can't hear you say I know.
I know.
Okay.
I was hitting all the wrong buttons, and I was like, which one is it? And then
welcome to the shit show.
60-minute shit show. No, okay, sorry.
Wait, it's we have our stuff together now.
We do.
Yeah.
If everyone in the chat doesn't notice, I have a new setup behind me. Yes. I've got lights underneath the shelf and lights above the shelf and lights next to the bookcase, and I got a drum set over here, and it's great. It feels great to have my office.
Looks good.
Thanks.
It does. I like it.
I didn't expect the light to play so well against these like support beams, but I like the way it looks a lot. Yeah. How's everybody doing?
I've had a stressful day.
Yeah,
I've had a day without internet.
ISP problems. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks ass.
And I feel like they were gaslighting me.
It's AT&T. Of course they fucking were.
They fucking gaslit me, dude.
We should call them Spire because they're gaslight. No, I'm just kidding. That's a regional joke.
That's a joke.
That
only
is very regional.
I
liked
like,
it.
wow.
I liked it though.
That's good. That's good.
I'm drinking a rum cream, and it's gonna be hard not to drink 10 of these. This is
Go for it, dude.
Sex in a glass.
I had a bourbon ginger ale before. Nope, sorry.
Water.
I had a bourbon eggnog before I got started. So.
Ah, yes. This is as close to a bourbon eggnog as you could get.
Unless you had.
Unless I had eggnog, right? Yeah. Correct.
I just had a late night workout, so I didn't want to drink anything.
Sure.
Oh, yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I always feel that. I felt so productive today that I didn't want to, throw off the chemistry by putting stuff in there. But well,
yeah.
Is that a Maker's Mark candle though?
It is.
That is awesome.
Is it
That's
a Maker's
fantastic.
Mark scented candle, or do you have a Maker's Mark candle holder?
No, it's scented.
That's dope.
That's nice. That's nice.
That's real nice, bro.
But my day was nice. I had a really cool AMA today with the film company and their interns. There's about 10 people on a Zoom call.
Were they asking you anything?
I was the host or the guest, and they all had questions for me. It was really, really humbling and almost emotional at times because they knew stuff about me that's not on the internet. Like they did some work. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah. So about a lot of it was like, so when you were working on the second chapter of Blaster Master, or Ben's mom, Christy Sawyer, is an accomplished artist and stuff like that. So a lot of that surface level research, but some other stuff too.
Yeah. And who is this with?
It's called Caldera Film. It's a small company, but they've got interns. So it's just a group of people who really dug in and felt like asking me some questions. So it's pretty neat. And I took one of those Alpha Brain pills from Onnit today.
Yeah, sure.
And I was buzzing for like 4 hours. It felt like a marijuana upper. I was on fire. It was
buzzing?
weird. Yeah, it definitely had like a high effect. It was very strange. I know it was rough.
How many did you take, Ben?
Just one. They say take 2 a day. Fuck that.
You started to say a sentence that said you're supposed to take, and I thought you were going to say
you're
supposed to take one.
I took 6.
I took 2.
I didn't think I was going to feel it, but boy howdy. But anyway.
He said howdy.
boy howdy.
Boy howdy. Strong pills.
Then I had a client at 5, and then Kim and I are cruising through Community, which is great. And then we watched As Above, So Below.
Are you liking it more now, Community?
We're still in familiar territory for me. Okay. So I am enjoying it.
It gets rough.
Season 4 is called season 5. They call season 4 the gas leak year because it was the 1 year Dan Harmon wasn't writing the show.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird shit in there, but
I will say it obviously it's very formulaic in the first start, as you've addressed, but it does have a lot of heart, of course. And I already got emotional when Shirley broke down about her ex-husband coming back for the ring.
Yeah,
that was deep.
Yeah,
that was very good. I did not expect that. Yeah,
very good.
Does
this is it in the first few episodes when Troy has his little sneeze dilemma.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Very good.
There's a lot of stuff where they let Chevy Chase do his thing, which is just loud
Yeah.
noises and be a fool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
the sneeze one was one of them.
His like fucking fake ass sneezes. Very good. Very good.
I mean,
if you guys,
yeah, the noises he makes when he tells his mom that he's in a tunnel. Also very good.
Hits the button. It's great. It's great. Well, if you guys didn't know, this is a video game podcast, and it is October 28th. 8th?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, this year. Where did it go?
No, that means though, right?
It means that like the year's almost over.
No, that means we're really close to Xbox Series X coming out.
And that's also very true. Yeah, we're like 12 days away, 13 days away. You got the timer, pull it up, read me the numbers.
12 days, 11 hours, 5 minutes, 13 seconds.
Be here before you know it.
Yeah, that's not even a really observable time. As if you look at stuff recently, time flies by pretty quick.
Today's episode, spooky games.
I have a hard time saying spooky and not doing it like that.
Yeah.
What type of games?
Spooky.
Spooky games.
Subtitle, semicolon, our time in the dark with scary video games. So
I didn't realize you gave it. You did.
Oh, I've got multiple puns in here. Get ready. But first, we've actually got a metric buttload of news that we need to probably crush through.
We have.
Very good.
The news. I've had that on my fucking soundboard for months and just never thought to use it for this until now. You want to lead with the heavy hitter, the one that hurts you the most?
I suppose. Yeah. I made today's news, so I can mainline it if you guys want. But out the gate first, of course, Cyberpunk's been delayed to December 10th, 21 days after its original launch date.
Yep.
Which, you know what? I'm fine. I'm always fine when a game gets delayed because id Software is one of my favorite companies, and they delay everything. Blizzard does too.
I could have called that this was going to be a thing when they said that they were going to go into crunch for 21 days, and then the game went gold like a week later. I was like, oh, it's not ready.
No, that day one patch is going to be like 28 gigs, but which is what they're working on right now. So
you know what's funny? Someone on Reddit a couple of days ago, or like the day before they announced this, asked one of the that Cyberpunk account, like, so you guys are releasing on this day, right? No backsies, and they said we promise. And then the next day they released this.
About that promise.
Oops.
How about that?
So this news gets punctuated by some worse news. Of course, Jason Schreier, now with Bloomberg, quotes, getting a 3-week delay is unusual, but probably won't change much for the developers, many of whom were going to be crunching into December anyway for post-launch patch.
Yeah, sure.
But I sure do hope reality is becoming clearer for those who tried to deny it. Meaning, he's been talking for weeks about the crunch they've had to put up with.
Yeah.
And to call attention to that, he says, look, a CDPR dev told me recently that they just clocked a 100-hour week. Another former dev just told me they saw some of their friends and they looked physically ill. So kindly get the fuck out of here with the but I work long hours too responses. And to make matters even worse, people are calling in death threats to CDPR.
Can you imagine being so upset that a game got delayed that you threatened to burn someone's family alive? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know, here's a problem. And I made a YouTube video last night and put it out today about this in particular. It's the community. Like they demand too much. They're too entitled and too privileged.
It's this communication tech. It's open communication.
Yeah, they have the ability to communicate, so they feel like they can say whatever they want and be heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, when a game 10 years ago got delayed, we just saw it was delayed and that was it. But like,
you just had the deal. Exactly.
Or you didn't know it was delayed and you're like, fuck.
I thought this was supposed to come out.
Dude, I've gone to GameStop on days I thought games came out, and then been like, no, it's 2 weeks from now. Like, oh shit, I missed that.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that like this isn't new, right?
It's
like
not. No, of course not.
Rockstar delayed Grand Theft Auto not 6. Sure, but they delayed Grand Theft Auto 5 from a March release into September, and then even then it moved around in September. Bethesda, as you mentioned, delays shit like crazy. I think the only game I don't think they delayed was Skyrim, but that's because they just waited until the last minute to tell us when it was coming out.
The burn that your family alive, they said is one of the mildest ones.
Yeah, no, I'm sure because
He
they
said
can
there's
show
far,
it.
far worse, and every single one's being reported, and it's all via Twitter because they're idiots. So,
Toxic, dude. Very toxic.
I mean,
Stupid.
that's beyond toxic. We need a new word for that, right?
Yeah.
Toxic is like, your mother looks like a goat. I'm gonna.
Oh, there's levels of toxicity.
Right.
I
But
think
this
this is like
dangerous.
This
but
is-
it's
this
it's
is-
becoming
yeah.
such a trend to do across the board. Not even just like it's even Lulu Lovely had a situation last week in Apex where she reported a person for hacking. And they were definitely hacking. And so that person got banned. She sent a message to the dev. That person got banned, and then the person that was on their team got banned.
Mm-hmm.
So that person made a Reddit about it, and
Yeah.
it blew up.
Yeah, I've heard
And
all about this.
she starts getting fucking death threats out the ass, and then
for
Respawn
catching
came
a
back.
cheater.
Yeah,
Fuck
like she's getting
off.
death
Well,
threats.
no,
bro.
not because they caught a cheater.
Because like
they
the innocent guy that was with them got banned.
Yeah.
Respawn came back and said, you're partied up with him for one, and for two, you've been dodging bans this whole time. Like you always do. Like Respawn basically said, you always do this. But
Oh
like
damn, that's incredible. Respawn was able to pull up the receipts. Like, hold on, dude.
oh yeah, we got receipts, bro.
That's
Respawn
great.
did the right thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but like, why would a community attack her? Like, come on, dude. Like it's just insane.
Yeah.
They have to be like little angry losers. That's something I can think of.
Or giant ones. But like something about the internet has weaponized people. And I think it comes from, it started with swatting because they weren't getting caught. And then they started getting caught. And then these kids, they get screenshotted and they show their parents the receipts and they start crying and stuff like that. So I think it's anonymity, of course. We all know anonymity empowers people. But if we can start catching these people and ruining their weak, fragile little lives, then maybe the trend will. Something has to buck the trend.
They've never been punched in the face. It's one of the problems.
Yep.
It's 100% one of the problems.
100%.
I mean, I haven't either, but
I've mentioned this before. But there's a very good Pussifer song. For those of you who don't know, Pussifer's one of the side bands of the lead singer from Tool. That's about someone who's obviously never been punched in the face, and that song's very, very good. To move on to brighter, but not much brighter.
No,
Microsoft.
No, this is our last bit of bad news.
Yeah, it's not actually. It's weird. I don't think this is bad news, but I'll get into that. So Microsoft's new Halo game loses its director after the project delay. More specifically, Chris Lee, who's overseen the production of Halo Infinite 343 and who's been at 343 since 2008, 1 year after 343 started, which is wild to me. I did not realize it was that long ago. He confirmed today that he's stepping away. He said, I am looking forward to future opportunities. I believe in the team and I'm confident that they will deliver a game. And now is a good time for me to step away. If you remember, last month we found out that Joe Staten, who was a original Bungie, like 7 Pillars guy that like wrote all of the Halo games, came back to lead the single player development. And then another person came in to run multiplayer. I don't know if I'm bummed about this. It feels like
because the game's probably done.
Yeah, it feels like it's more my job here's done.
Right.
So I'm gonna go do something else because there's other
art team's
people.
The art team's been gone for years.
Yeah, so like there's other people here to lead this the last bit of the way. They brought in the closers. He pitched a solid 8 innings. Let them come in and pitch the last one, finish it up.
We got Eric in the chat. What's up, Eric?
What's up, Eric in the chat? How's it going? Cyberpunk was the most hilariously handled bad news. Yeah, because for some reason, CD Projekt Red doesn't know how to just like stick to their guns when they say it'll be out when it's ready, and instead they've had 5 release dates this year.
Which is funny considering they're basically an independent producer.
Yeah, they're not being published.
Right, so they are in charge of their own destiny and their own message. But
you know how it goes, man. You work on a project, you give a tentative date, you get closer to that date, you realize shit ain't gonna be ready.
Yeah. Yep.
And it happens. You gotta be more flexible.
Yeah.
Like you're not in the cast anymore.
Oh, I got kicked out.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. So Halo's not necessarily good or bad news, I guess. It's just strange that they left.
It's just interesting news. Yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. But in other Microsoft news, they are Xbox is hinting at a stick-like technology for xCloud, meaning you can just play on whatever HDMI screen in your house, which is pretty great, in your kitchen, in your bedroom, which is what I'm looking forward to.
Buy Stadia. What the fuck?
Yeah, for real.
Remember when Stadia was a thing and people were like, "It's the future," and now people are like, "What was Stadia is still a thing?" Damn.
Yeah. They're also working on a web-based iOS solution for xCloud as well, meaning you can play Microsoft games on a Mac.
Yep.
Which they're talking about 2021. So
they said that they'll be coming to Apple devices in early 2021 recently.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
that'd be fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it seems like that negotiation process is breaking through. There hasn't been a lot of news about the Epic and Apple spat, but Fortnite's still not on the App Store. So
Spencer's first public mention of Xbox streaming TV stick implies that hardware could be ready soon. Microsoft has so far only bundled xCloud game streaming with its highest Xbox Game Pass Ultimate tier. There's certainly room for additional tiers, though. You imagine a stick tier for like $5? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, sure. It'd be like Netflix, $15 a month, and you get all the good shit or whatever. Yeah,
right.
It'd be dope.
Anyway, story's not too juicy. Caleb, gonna take the next one. This is one of your favorite things in the world.
This one got announced yesterday, and I like squealed. My wife was like, "The fuck?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." So Netflix has signed a deal with Ubisoft to make a live-action Assassin's Creed show that's being headed by the two people that have been heading Assassin's Creed for like years. So that's fucking dope. I think that when you go to make an adaptation of a game into something, it should be a show. As far as we've seen, that seems to be the best way to do it because you have more time to talk about shit. And Assassin's Creed's lore fucking deep. I'd love to see all sorts of stuff. I'd love to see actual assassins from games. Like, as deep as those games are, there's stories that we didn't get to see. Show me Connor in the Revolutionary War for a little bit.
Well, don't start from scratch. Like, come on.
I mean, I'd enjoy a from scratch story, I think, but like being able to, play your greatest hits in a couple of moments to get people like, "Oh shit, there's Altair." Like that.
Or maybe you're one of Altair's like underlings
or one of kids. Oh my god, if they make a show about Altair's son that goes to Egypt, woo, fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Or better yet, make a show about. Oh, dude, Eric said they better not put it in Japan. What if they fucking did? What if that's the Assassin's Creed Japan we got, was a show? And Netflix has ties to like really, really high quality Asian production companies because we have that zombie show, Kingdom. Yeah. That's a
Tech,
thing.
you ever finished Kingdom?
No, I mean, I saw like the first 30 seconds of the first episode and I stopped watching. I fell asleep. Aaron's seen like all of it and the second season. Isn't the second season? Didn't that come out a while ago?
Yeah, second season's incredible.
Yeah, he's seen both, and I haven't seen past the first episode.
That takes the wind out of your sails, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suck, dude.
When somebody's already seen it. Yeah. All right,
Assassin's Creed
next
first
story.
Came out in 2007.
Yeah.
13 years of Assassin's Creed. A while ago. Fuck yeah. Those
Tech, you need to take the next
direction at all. Tech.
I do.
Do it, dude.
Yeah. So Apex Legends dropped their launch trailer, which is right on time. They dropped a lore trailer, a lore video a couple days ago, and then today was the actual trailer, kind of showing off a little bit what they have going on, which is for the fans, it's amazing. This is going to be probably one of the most anticipated seasons, just because of all the new changes. They got new map called Olympus,
whole new map.
So if you probably missed the lore, but basically it's interstellar. Okay, like that's just the best way to say it.
Yeah.
The new character goes through an interstellar moment.
Yeah, she wakes up like 33,000 days after she left.
Map looks incredible.
87 years passed.
Yeah, 87 years have passed.
Maybe like 3 months passed for her, 2 months passed for her, and then it's on some interstellar shit.
Cool.
A lot of the Caleb, I don't know if you know this, but the girl who kind of fucked her over,
that's Ash.
Everyone
right?
thinks that's Ash.
That's Ash, dude. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So that's super dope, tying it back into Titanfall.
Do we actually know what Olympus looks like yet?
Yeah, they've shown Olympus.
It's also in the cutscene.
I didn't see the season 7 launch trailer. I only saw the lore trailer.
Okay, yeah, this one it's pretty dope.
Oh my god! It's a floating city. That's fucking great. That's fucking great.
I think everyone's super excited about this.
The new chick looks like Dr. Octavius from Into the Spider-Verse.
It does.
Yeah.
She does.
She's Scottish, I believe.
Yes, very.
Oh, cool.
Very.
So that's cool. I love Apex with the
Vehicles?
Trident, the
The
new
Trident,
vehicle,
yeah.
the Trident. So that's a big thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that plays.
Oh, that was dope.
Yeah. So new vehicle,
Well, here, if the
new map.
whoa, that didn't come out. If the season 7 launch trailer is out, why don't we just play it for the folks at home who are
I'd love
watching on stream? I
love
will
to
pull
watch
it
it.
up on the stream, so if you want to watch it, do that. Let's see, boop, full screen. I'll include sound too.
Oh man!
Every time someone
that
says
thing is
boop, it
giving us a
cracks me up.
really nice glow. Oh, come on, dude! You're always crowding. That was gonna be the money shot.
Stop fooling around with yourself, yeah? Thanks to you, all my crap's on that ship.
Yeah, well, that was the plan, right? Okay, new plan. Follow the rocket. Hey, that's all yours. Wait, what? You don't know how to fly? Do you? Do you? I know how to fly.
There she is. Bloody hell. Bath, can you track the jump signature?
I can. Go me.
Right. Are you ready for this?
Am I ready? Ready for what?
Punch it.
Hey, not too shabby. Drop me off at the Lido deck. I'm late for my massage. What is that? Maybe it's the welcome committee. Bye, friend.
Oh dear. Not very light on his feet, is he?
Olympus Arena.
Looks like the game's afoot. Oh, you might need this.
So much for my day off. Chew on this, Jack! What are you doing?
Eyes up, lads. Shall we carry on then?
Nothing possible.
All right, lads. Time to go.
Whoa, what? Are you insane?
What? I'm a bloody genius. I do love field research. Whoops a daisy. You got a little something there.
Yeah, I'm so
That's crazy.
Yeah, I hopped on yesterday tech with Sarge and Odin and played for a little bit and got I had to spend money to catch up on the story bits to go read through all the stuff from season 6 because I fell off for like 4 weeks. That looks dope, man. We've all been talking about needing a new map, so here we go.
Yeah, I think they waited a little bit too long, but obviously with the year that we've had, they had to make delays. I think they wanted to launch it a lot sooner, but you know, I think it's gonna work out. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, shit's super bright and colorful, as pointed out by Eric in the chat.
Mhm.
Like it's
I think it needed that.
yeah.
'Cause I feel like the other maps is too like
They're too
I mean
mono.
Canyon, yeah, like fucking what is it? Kings Canyon is brown
Yeah.
with little areas of green.
And World's Edge is white with little areas of green.
Yeah,
Or super gray because the cities. Yeah, no, Olympus looks fucking dope. Gardens and shit with like really angular walkways. It looks like her super is like a singularity bomb that you
Mhm.
then can throw things into to do additional damage. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Like it
it's hard to
pulled them in
decipher
and
really
then
what happened.
Pathfinder threw a grenade into it. So maybe it like sucks a team in and then you can do damage to them while they're in there, which
Hard to say.
would be
The
wild.
voice of Horizon is voiced by L. Newlands. Known for Star Trek Into the Darkness, Star Wars, let's say Force Awakens.
Nope.
Cool.
I don't see any other voice work.
Oh, Darksiders 2.
Oh, Darksiders.
Forge sister Alia.
Doom Eternal,
Doom Eternal.
Lego Dimension.
What did she do in Star Wars? Anyway.
She was a voice in the Maker facility.
Okay.
She's doing a lot of games actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of her roles are side roles. It's cool seeing Apex turn into this like place for talent to like, all right, cool. Now you have a character, and like that's gonna, instead of being additional voices, it's just, you know, you're this person. Dope. There's a bunch of other actors that are not huge but are getting bigger because of it. That's dope. Tech, you realized somebody was a voice recently. Wraith is the voice of Butcher's wife, right?
Butcher's wife. Becca,
right?
Yeah.
So fun fact, Ben, you played through Call of Duty. Tech, I don't think you did, but the Farah, the leader of the resistance that you fight with, like on their side, you know what I'm talking about?
In what?
Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
The chick that like dominated every time she was on screen?
Yeah.
She's the congresswoman from The Boys.
Oh wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very great.
I saw her face when I popped open Call of Duty the other day, and I was like, wait a second.
That's great.
I hadn't tied those together, but yeah, she's
That's
also
awesome.
yeah. So The Boys.
What year was it where they transitioned from like just whatever faces to actually using actors? I think that's so awesome to do that.
Yeah, it feels like it's relatively recently, even like last 3 years, 4 years, where that became more of a thing.
Good question.
Well,
Tech, that was a good question.
Thank you.
Well, you remember when Last of Us got in trouble for using Ellen Page's likeness for Ellie without her permission, and then later that year, Willem Dafoe and Ellen Page were in Beyond Two Souls.
That's right.
Game by Quantic Dream, and like Quantic Dream may have been the ones that did it because
Max Payne used the likeness of the writer
Sam
for
Lake.
the face of Max Payne.
Yeah.
So that's a very old reference.
But Quantic Dream was like Willem Dafoe and Ellen Page, and then immediately after that was like Jesse Williams and Lance Henriksen and a bunch of other people too.
Quantic Dream had a game a long time ago that used David Bowie in it.
That's dope.
So yeah,
they
were all about that.
Maybe Quantic Dream's the ones that made it mainstream. Moving on, more news.
Last four stories I'm going to blow through real quick because they're not much to talk about. The biggest one, of course, is the PlayStation 5 controller is quoted as feeling more next gen than the graphics themselves.
Weird.
He says when the trigger fights you back, it feels more next gen than anything on the screen. He says the haptics in the controller feel so completely different than anything you've ever felt before.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's interesting.
That's dope.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a game
on the other
put
side,
a gun on safe and try to pull the trigger and the controller's like
stops.
No.
Yeah. But he says like different guns will have different trigger tensions or whatever.
Tensions?
Yeah.
Tenses.
Yes.
Past, future, whatever. But and the console's fucking huge.
It's so mad.
It's
like somebody post a picture is bigger than their dog.
Yeah, Teddy's gonna be like,
and
the fuck?
It dominates the shelf and it looks giant, even laying down. Looks less obtrusive laying down. But
hopefully that's because they had to put some stuff in to make it quieter. Because if it's that big and still sounds like an air conditioner,
but it's just those huge fins that add an extra 3 inches.
I will buy that when a slim version comes out that's cheaper.
Get out the house.
Yeah, I saw someone say that today. I agree with that.
Yep. I'll buy the slim PS5 in.
You can have that massive
22.
PS5 Day 1 edition if you want to.
No, and the Xbox Series X is as tall as the One X if you were to stand it up. So like, I got space for that already. It's dope. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But,
all right.
Lastly, the haptic controller. That's very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Fall Guys is getting Godzilla. That's incredible.
The tweet's very good.
Yeah. The Godzilla, like Toho Godzilla, the actual Godzilla, literally Godzilla, official Godzilla.
I love their Twitter game.
Their Twitter game's great.
They also said today we changed our background for Pride, but we're not changing it back. It's stuck like this forever now. That's pretty cool.
Dope.
That is awesome.
To nobody's surprise, since this is the era of the delay, Destruction All Stars is delayed to 2021. I was really looking forward to that game, but I didn't know it was coming out in 2020 to begin with. So,
Yeah.
Instead of a delay, you just got a release date.
right.
Yeah. And then finally, Konami secured the Bloody Roar trademark, which is
yesterday.
Confusing.
Konami, we thought, was just making Japanese pinball.
Yeah, just making pachinko machines.
So they could be making a Bloody Roar pachinko.
Shit, they absolutely could. That's a bummer.
But for those who don't know, Bloody Roar was a really cool PS1 fighting game where you played very strange looking characters that could transform into giant furries. And it was called Bloody Roar because it was very blurry. Like you ripped out throats and stuff. Like it was really cool. You're like big, like savage tigers and stuff like that.
Sure.
Wolves and then bunnies. And then it was like a gecko. But it was really neat. It's really well designed. It's very frenetic, fast gameplay. It felt like Killer Instinct or Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
It was very good. So to see another one of those is potentially exciting. But to expect that Konami is going to be making a video game is probably a little naive.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I have no idea what the fuck they're doing. I just saw Eric reference in the chat that Lindsay Lohan sued Rockstar for using her likeness on the cover of GTA. Which is is that real? Because if it is, that's fucking hilarious.
Touche, Eric.
All right. So speaking of bunnies, because you did speak of bunnies, there's nothing I hate more in a horror game than when you try to make something cute, terrifying, and Dead by Daylight did that to us. Because there is a bad guy that you can play as in Dead by Daylight that wears a bunny mask. Remember that, Tech?
No.
Yeah, I played with that character with the glowing eyes one time, and I was chasing you, and you were like, I hate this more than anything.
Because you can see his eyes from like across the stage, can't you?
Yeah, and she throws axes too.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I would walk towards you and throw an axe, and you'd be like, fucking leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Huntress.
Yes.
Fuck her, dude.
It was the Huntress and the Mad Scientist that y'all hated, because the Mad Scientist like laughs and makes you go crazy. So you see him in different places.
God, and he's fucking terrifying.
He's terrifying. So, to stay on theme of terrifying, we're going to talk about games that are scary. And we don't, as a group, I think, have a huge backlog of spooky games. Tech, I know that in our Nerdy Bitch Show episode last week, I was the one who like largely abstained from scary stuff. Tech, you opened our conversation before going live by saying that you love scary movies, but you can't fuck with scary games. Why is that? Get into the details for us.
One word.
Do you even horror, bro?
Interactive. Sure.
Interactive.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though.
Yeah. It takes
I love Dead by Daylight.
To 11.
Dead by Daylight's dope.
I would play Dead by Daylight if the gaming curve didn't pass me, like so fast. Like I got into it 4 years since its release. I'm late. Everyone else is fucking amazing at the game.
Yeah.
So I do like scary, but certain shit fucks with me too much. Just certain games. I remember I have a memory of going to my friend Derek's house. We both were named Derek, so we were best friends in high school.
That's all it took. That's all it took.
That's all it took. We're still friends to this day. I went to his parents' house. He was living in the basement. He was like, all right, he gave me the controller. He turned the light off and said, play this. And it was Resident Evil, I think the first one.
Okay.
It might have been, I'm pretty sure it was the first one.
Were you in a city or a mansion?
I don't remember, dude. I just remember being terrified. I just have that. I mean, we're talking about 1997.
Something like that.
96, right? I just remember being purely terrified. So yeah, certain games, man, I'm good on. Like, I think it's a single player. Like the single player story and I'm in the world. That's what you
Is it because the game is being scary towards you instead of Dead by Daylight where like it's other people trying to be
Yeah, like it's
the
killer,
really hard to be
Caleb the killer. So like I know he's not gonna not gonna kill me in real life.
Yeah, I'm not actually gonna kill you. But in
how much more scared would you be? How much more scared would you be in a haunted house by yourself versus having three of your friends with you?
Terrified, dude.
There's reasons I would never do that.
I do haunted houses every year, and I fucking love them. And that's super interactive. But if I went by myself, problem. You know what I mean? Like,
in 2020, a haunted house is just going to be a busy
my
target.
House. It's my house.
No, it's going to be a busy target.
I went to a haunted house a few years
with no
ago, and
masks.
there was this part where all the walls were like this plastic that's blown into you, so you only like this like soft plastic, so you had to like
Yeah.
this little. And like I'm trying to get through it, and someone said something behind me, and I just turned around and yelled at her, like, "Shut the fuck up! Like, let me get through this terrifying moment."
It got real for a second.
It got super real.
That's really funny. So we play scary games, but we don't play. We play spooky games, but we don't play scary games, right? Because zombie games I wouldn't call. Well, hold on.
No, they are. No, they are.
Dying Light's fucking terrifying.
Dying Light at nighttime? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Oof.
Pure fear.
Oof.
I'm looking for the camp.
Yep.
I'm a parkour my ass to camp.
Yeah, I remember being like initially like, why would I ever stay outside at night? Because obviously it doesn't want me to. And then you find out that like there's really good shit to get at night, which I guess is how they balance the reward system. But like, I remember telling myself, like, I don't like scary games. The first time night fell and those volatiles start like screaming into the night, I was like, nah. And then eventually I got to a point where I was like, I'm gonna force myself to stay out at night and deal with it. And it was one of the most scary gaming experiences I had, because I was getting chased by one. In that game, if you're unfamiliar with Dying Light, it's basically Dead Island, but with parkour. So Dead Island and Mirror's Edge mixed.
Literal hardcore parkour.
Yes, exactly.
Hardcore parkour.
Hardcore parkour. And so the volatiles can run faster than you and can climb, and the other zombies can't. And so like, it was this like, okay, I gotta get back with this shit that I got. It was really good. And I like evaded this one, or thought I did, and came around a corner, and another one like dropped from the building in front of me, and its screech alerted the other one that I had lost. And so both of them were chasing me, and it came down to this moment where I was hiding in like an alley between two garages, and the garages were at an angle, so it came to a smaller entrance. But I was still like not able to get over the wall behind me because it had barbed wire, and they were hunting like in front of me. And then I got to a point where they were about to be like both together in front of me, and I wouldn't be able to make it through. So I threw a flare over the wall behind me, and then sprinted through both of them while they were like, "What the fuck is that?" And then they chased me for a couple seconds, and the sun came up, and I had no plan. I was like, I'm just running. And then the sun came up, and they screeched and ran off and hid in their holes, and I was like, cool. Awesome. Don't need to play this game for a couple of days. It was very good.
Do we want to show this IGN top 10? It's only 6 minutes long.
I can play it with no sound. Yeah, we can talk over it while that's playing in the background so people can see.
Okay. Let me know when you play it.
Yeah. Let's
Mother,
see.
you said something.
Mute everything. I love that Hellstrom keeps getting these ads for me.
I'm seeing Hellstrom a lot on Twitter, on Twitch.
But I'm sad that it seems like that show's got no support from Marvel. Come on, guys. You gotta support. You gotta support your product.
If it ain't good, hey, listen. If it's not good, I don't want you to support it either, Marvel.
I mean, you're seeing the ad.
I've heard good things about it too, so I'm not hearing that it's bad.
All right.
It may just be a Disney thing.
Let me know when you click play so I can play at the same time.
Oh, it's hit play. I'm at second 20.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Dead Space getting a lot of love. Dead Space is one of my favorite horror games of all time, and it makes me want to play through 3, which I never did because it just felt too actiony. It starts off in a snowstorm, and it was just like run here, kill things, run here, kill things. It was not very suspenseful.
Sure.
But I think the game is designed more to be played with 2 players, and I didn't. So
yeah, I played Dead Space 1 all the way through, and then you were like, you should play the second one. It's scarier, and I was like, no thanks. That was all I needed to hear.
Very good, but it's sci-fi, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, I really fucked with it. So Ben, what was the first? We'll do the thing that we did last time we talked about racing games. What was the first horror game or scary game you remember playing? One.
Does
and then
E.T. on Atari count?
No, that
it can't be scary because it's bad. And then the second question is, what's the first scary game you played that you stopped playing because it was too scary?
Ooh.
I haven't finished many scary games, to be honest. I know I didn't beat the first Silent Hill. I had my friend Matt. I lived in the basement, and I had my friend Matt over, and at some point we just had to stop and turn on some fucking cartoons or something. And we were adults, by the way.
Sure.
We were adults, and it's like we need to put on cartoons. Oh yeah. Okay, so the video on right now, Outlast. Nah, I can't do that.
Nope. Absolutely not.
I'll get into that later. It's games that make you feel powerless. Like if
Yeah.
you don't have a way to fight back and you're just running for your life. No,
Fuck
I'm not
it.
about that.
No,
That's not a
fuck
game.
it.
That's
All
not a
right.
game. That's survival. That's not. Survival's not a game to me.
But it's very
Or
much
survival without a weapon is not a game.
it's very much a large game genre though. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
But
I don't remember any scary games on Nintendo. I know there. PC had this game called which went on to have many sequels. Alone in the Dark. And
fuck you stole mine.
yeah, that game is so weird and polygonal and ugly and shocking. And you walk out the front door and it's like a giant mouth that like sucks you in and kills you. It was so weird and awkward. It definitely scared me. And of course, the first Resident Evil, the obligatory when the dogs jump through the window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't like that. Oh, Fatal Frame. Fuck off. Yeah. So my first,
Ooh,
the
Eternal
first
Darkness.
horror game I played. Well, I mean, if we're gonna be like played through, was Dead Space. But the first one that I remember like trying to play was Alone in the Dark.
Let me
And-
pause. I gotta interrupt you. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
What you're seeing on the screen, this game, the more insane you got, it would fuck with you. So it would mute your screen, or it would like make it look like you're just deleting your save file,
What the?
or you'd be
fuck?
walking around and your character's head would just fall off.
What? The
Yeah,
fuck?
very
No, I
cool
hate that.
GameCube game.
I hate that
Yeah.
so much.
It's enough for me, dog.
So Alone in the Dark was too difficult for me to play, but I remember trying
Yeah.
to play a couple of
Yeah.
times, and then
Everything about it was awkward.
yeah, I remember trying to play a couple of times, and then you would help get through a couple of things, and it was so weirdly animated or
Mhm.
put together. It just was so weird. It was unsettling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not like specifically scary, but like Gabe Lewis in The Office plays the cinema of the unsettling. Just
Did
like
anybody play this?
I
Did
did.
any-
I did. I hated it.
Oh,
I did.
This was a fucking masterpiece. This is one of the biggest stories of the last decade. The fact that this playable trailer came out, and Guillermo del Toro and Hideo Kojima and Norman Reedus were going to make
yeah.
a horror game together.
Oh look,
and
in
then
the sync, Norman Feed is sorry.
What game is you guys talking about?
This is called PT, which was a Silent Hill playable trailer. PT was for playable trailer. And it was a hallway that you could walk down that was endless. Like the hallway just kept
As soon as you went through one door, you came out the first door.
Yeah, and it kept like things would change slightly and rooms would give you access that you didn't have access to before. And it would culminate in that yeah, it was really weird and really unsettling. I played through it one time and was like, cool, delete, bye. And then it got removed from the PlayStation Store and I was like, damn, I should have kept it.
So it's very likely you if you didn't play it then, you will never get the chance to play it ever.
Yeah, but you can watch people
Unless-
play it.
That disturbing, or what was it that made it so?
So
like,
it was the last game that Konami was trying to make with Kojima. And then they had a huge falling out, and Kojima tried to finish Metal Gear and wasn't allowed to finish Metal Gear, and then he kind of got like let go in this really weird and political process that like most people still to this day don't know what happened. But PT was a victim of that. So it was in development, it got canned, and then Hideo Kojima finally was able to go do his own thing. And
Look, guys, Pyramid Head.
Yeah, it's fucking Pyramid Head. He was finally able to go do his own thing, and that was when he left and made Death Stranding, and still had Guillermo del Toro with him and Norman Reedus. Yeah, so PT just kind of died because Konami was like, fuck you, which is to this day one of the weirdest and worst things that's happened in games.
It was really scary because, to answer your question, the fidelity was really high. It was very photorealistic. The sound design was great. The uncertainty was there. So you just never really knew, what was going to happen next. So there's babies crying. There's this weird, like, mutant baby in the sink that's talking to you. There's eyeballs coming out of the wall. Some doors are opening and closing. There's a refrigerator hanging from the ceiling with chains with like meat falling out of it and screaming like somebody's inside of it
and shaking.
Right.
Yeah.
And then somebody starts screaming inside of it. And then just one time, because you're walking down this hallway like dozens of times, Tech. But one time when you go look at the refrigerator, there's somebody standing at the banister looking at you on the second floor. Just
Nope.
once. Just once. And then sometimes it's sped up, so you're moving like 500%. Other time, every photo in the hallway has eyeballs on it, looking all around. Yeah, it's every experience. Sometimes there's a guy standing outside tapping on the window.
That's crazy.
It was fucking epic. It was came out a few years ago. I didn't have a PlayStation, so I think Nate brought his over just so we could play this. It was me, Kim, and Nate playing in a dark room. We were all screaming, and hands are sweating, and we're changing the controller, like swapping the controller around.
See, I would play horror games if I could do that. If I could have a group of people
with a group,
and we're all shouting and having fun.
You play.
Oh,
yeah,
exactly.
that'd be lit with some whiskey.
But most of it,
you guys remember hanging out with friends? Remember
that? There was a moment on another podcast I was listening to where they were reminiscing like weird dive-ins and dive bars, drive-ins.
Dive-ins?
I meant dive bars, not dive-ins. Weird dive bars they would go to when they were going to like PAX or E3. And then there was like this silence for 3 seconds, and they were like, "I miss hanging out with people." It's getting to us.
Eric brought a controller, playing, I assume, the game I was talking about.
Yeah, the one that acted like it was going to crash.
Yeah, that's epic.
Yeah. So Metal Gear, the first Metal Gear Solid fucked me up because of Psycho Mantis. Speaking of like acting like it's going to delete your save file, he would like read your mind, and then like
which is reading your memory card.
And then he would start reading your memory card. Yeah. Well, he would read your mind and that you couldn't do anything to beat him because you had to unplug the controller and put it in the player 2 slot.
Yep.
So that he couldn't read your mind. And I was like, man, and he was terrifying.
Kojima.
And he was terrifying. He like floated off the ground and was in a straitjacket with the sleeves all hanging off the ends. And
kid with a gas mask.
Giant gas mask. Yeah, it was a thing. But I feel like we have to. So, Tech, give me your first horror game and first horror game you couldn't finish.
I unfortunately already told the story of my first horror game with Resident Evil. I think I did not fuck with Silent Hill. I think I was like, I'm good.
Silent Hill is next level fucking terrifying, dude. So much to the fact that when this air raid siren goes off in the movie, I get flashback. Like it's chilling.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's real.
I love that movie. That's one of the best video game movies in my opinion.
It's been a while since
I haven't seen Silent Hill.
It's very good.
I remember it being very good.
I remember seeing a scene of it, specifically when I think Pyramid Head like hooks a lady up on a thing and then just like yanks her skin off.
Oh, I remember that.
No, he picks her up straight with her neck or something and then puts his hand on her chest and just grabs all the skin off her and just throws it.
Hey, Caleb, man, don't watch this, bro.
It's so good.
You good, bro. No, you good.
It's so good. The first scene where Silent Hill like goes dark with the air raid sirens, there's like an army of these little screaming babies that are on fire. Like it's incredible.
I just checked behind me. The scene is so scary. I just looked behind me real quick. I don't know if you saw that. I was
make sure I'm fine. I could go lock my door real quick. Yeah, that's crazy.
We might watch that.
Oh, this is dark. This is seriously like
what?
The part you're talking about,
it's really awful.
Yeah,
but there's not a lot of gore in that movie. It's
what?
There's that scene and then the finale,
skin ripped
and then the finale,
and the rest is clothes off first. What a dick move!
Well, you want to make sure you only get the good stuff, Tech.
No, I'm lying. There's a lot of gore in that movie.
Yeah.
I just remembered another scene. So there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
You find a guy all like bound up in a weirdly weird, awkward ball with fire.
I would watch that. I've seen it before, right? But it's been a while, so like I pushed it out of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'd watch that. I'd watch that again, but I wouldn't do it at nighttime. I'd probably do it like
in the morning
10
when you're
a.m.
eating your Cheerios.
10 a.m. Fucking lights on.
Kim and I love that movie. That's one of our favorites.
So I have a hard time talking about scary games without feeling like I have to at least address the times that I got Ben in a lot of trouble because he would play Diablo around me and I would be like, it's fine, I'm not scared. And then I would be so scared I'd cry in my bed and then tell on him to my mom and grandma.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. I don't even know what it was because I played Diablo 2 again as an adult and was like, this isn't scary at fucking all.
I'll tell you why. Because you were about 8 or less when the first game came out. And there are bodies cut up and eviscerated and skewing everywhere. And it's dark and creepy and the music's foreboding. and that level of fidelity in gaming was top at the time. So it's not scary now, but back then, that's as good as games looked.
Sure.
So if you go back in time and you take that time period and go, this looks real,
Yeah.
Resident Evil looked real at one point. So it looked real. And you go into the butcher's
Oh yeah, the guy that
room.
was like fresh meat.
Yeah, you walk in the room and he goes, fresh meat. And there's bodies hanging all over the wall.
Yeah, that's probably what fucked me.
Yeah. The first game was at least the first act was very body horror.
Yeah, sure.
So,
I also remember Parasite. There's one moment specifically from Parasite Eve that I remember fucking me up. I mean, Eve as like an apparition, as a thing to see with her like long ass fingers and just like floating down the hallway. Nah, fuck that. But there was one scene where the parasite infected a dog and the dog's head split open so a third head could come out.
Nice.
And I remember it being so unsettling that I wanted to cover my ears because it sounded so gross.
Yeah.
But I was in like a state of like panic. And so I would cover my ears and be like, ah, and cover my eyes and then be like, ah, and cover my ears. But I went back and forth like, I can't stop. I'm not thinking to just fucking close my eyes. Yeah, I remember that scene when I think of that game. I remember sitting, it was in the basement of the house on Houston, I believe, and just being like, nope, I fucking hate all of this. I hate all of this so much.
Oh, here you go. I found it. If you want to play it.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Yep. That's real awful.
And it's not just what you're seeing. Oh God, no. Yeah, it's gruesome, dude. It's gruesome. And it becomes Cerberus, which is cool, but like, did we need that? Did I need to see that? Probably not. Yeah, that shit fucked me up. Thanks for finding that, you dick.
So Captain Milk Money says Last of Us, the first one, had some shit in it that scared the bejesus out of you. And,
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Out of him, out of both of us. Yeah, that's a super unique experience. Also, Toph, thanks for the subscribe at tier 1. You were a G. So there was
hell yeah.
there was a time where we were both in our junior year? No, fuck, it was senior year. And we both had jobs like in town. And so we didn't want to leave immediately when winter break started because we wanted to keep working. So we went home for like the holidays or whatever, but then came back to keep working. And there was a huge snowstorm in 2013, 2014. And the campus was empty. And we decided we were going to fucking play through Last of Us in 2 days, like one evening and then the next afternoon. And I shit you not, like playing through 3/4 of that game, 2/3 of that game in the first day, and then getting to the snowy part of the game and cutting it off, and then waking up the next morning in a dorm with no one in it, and then looking at your window at a campus covered in snow with no footprints, no salting, no shoveling, nothing. Like Toph and I had a moment where we were like, yo, this feels bad. This feels really uncomfortable. And we made like pizzas on a fucking pizza pizzazz all weekend.
Nice.
It was dope. It was a really good time. And like, that was a really good way to experience Last of Us. But there were moments, man, where you're in like the basement of that like waterlogged library and clickers are walking around and you're just like hiding while these things are fucking...
Yeah.
Like,
So I found I used to be able to like reproduce that sound, and it's an extreme inhale glottal stop. So you constrict your throat and breathe in.
Wait,
so
the clicking or the weird like?
Yeah, the
like that.
a little bit of both, but you have to suck in.
Yeah.
So you're breathing, that noise, but then you close your throat and you make just little pops of noise come out. Yeah, that was almost it. Yeah, it makes you choke. It's hard to do. It's probably not best to do on a podcast.
Tech is dying.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, somebody's good at it. But a lot of horror sounds come from inhalation, which is pretty
yeah. Watch D. Bradley Baker talk about making noises for Doom. It's all inhaling and like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
But I do want to move forward. We've been talking like 45 minutes on on the past.
Sure, yeah.
So I don't like modern games, and it probably started. This is a bit of the past, but it
Old
started
man
with
ass take.
right.
I don't like modern games.
It started with Slender Man. Slender Man was so terrifying. I never found all 8 pages.
Oh, fuck that game.
With
Absolutely
the headphones
fuck that
on,
game. No.
I was sweating. I was like, I can't.
Tech, did you ever fuck with Slenderman?
No, I'm good.
I once went to my grandmother's house to look through her installed games, and Slenderman Chronicles was on it because she fucking likes it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
No.
So I think a friend of mine failed the psychopath test, by the way. Friend of the show, Rod Wilbon.
Oh, just fucking blow him up.
Was playing Slenderman, and he looked at him and was like, "What's that?" And then he like walked at him and failed the game. And was like, "So that's it?" Like he walked at Slenderman and then died. He's like, "And?" So
wires aren't connected somewhere.
Yeah, he failed the psychopath test. But so I think every game since Slenderman has been sort of using a bit of that formula. Where you just have a flashlight or whatever. Especially a lot of the games we saw in that trailer. Yeah. You don't have a way to. You just survive as long as you can, and that's not not fun for me.
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia.
We need to play that apparently.
Yeah, no, I want to play it. A lot of people I know play it.
Mm-hmm. That's more interesting to me than Among Us, by the way. I think Among Us kind of.
Among Us, yeah,
Among Us seems like a lot of fun, and it's cheaper.
It does, but it's ugly.
It was like we're just gonna argue. Like
yeah,
that's the point.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So anyway, the point I wanted to make was the rise of the horror streamer. I don't care about those games, but I love watching people play them.
Dude, my favorite is Omewrecker. He plays every scary game.
Omewrecker's great. Also, also real high quality tag. Omewrecker, fuck yeah, that's perfect.
Omewrecker, yeah, dude.
That's real good.
Because he screams.
Oh, I don't know.
So it's like a sound thing.
I don't know why he picked it, but it's definitely a sound thing. But it's good.
I was watching his YouTube today actually, and he was playing a game that I never heard of. That when I looked over, something I gotta look it up real quick. But it was a game where everyone's invisible, like you're a spirit and you're invisible.
Neat.
And you have to find the other invisible spirit, and like you like set down these orbs and shit. It was super crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Wasn't there a game back in the day on like fucking NES or SNES where you had to haunt a house and try to make a family leave?
That sounds familiar.
You had to like turn the TV on or like knock over lamps and shit. So what's your horror game du jour? What's the one that you can do, that you frequently do?
Definitely Dead by Daylight for me.
Yeah, you like scaring people.
I mean, I like
crying
playing
about it in the chat right now.
Is he?
Yeah, he said Tech scared the shit out of me in Dead by Daylight way too much, and he enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we made Jabril physically ill? Jabril was like, I have to go take a fucking Tums because I have fucking heartburn. I love zombie games. I fuck with zombie games.
I fuck with zombie games too. I actually bought Days Gone and just haven't played it yet.
Sure, I've wanted to play Days Gone. I have not gotten to it.
I gotta get to it.
It's one of those things where it's like, I mean, I could just watch a Let's Play. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Now there was a Walking Dead game that was supposed to come out in DC. Like it was setting in DC. I don't think it's come out yet, but that looked really good.
That game got canceled, my friend.
Oh well.
Yeah, stop. Perfect. Yeah, Starbreeze that was publishing it had problems got like raided by the Swedish authorities for like fraud. And
shit!
All that shit came tumbling down. The trailers for it looked great because they had the different character trailers and they were really good.
Mm-hmm. They're really good.
I recently got VR for the PlayStation. I know I'm like 6 years late, but me and Kim fired up Resident Evil 7 the other night, and I had to stop playing when she screamed like a grown man. It's just like there was a part where a guy just walked past the door. She's like, oh, did you see that? I'm like, yeah. So we were walking past the kitchen and a mannequin falls into the doorway, and she's just like, oh. It's like, I am dying. This is my death yell funny. Right now. And
that's funny as fuck.
But yeah, I really liked, and this goes to what we were saying before about the agency that video games put in you that make you that much more scared. In VR, you get to look at every nail in the wall and those little weird like Wicker Man dolls hanging from the ceiling. Like they're there. You can see them in every little detail. But when you're walking around a corner, you're literally checking the corner, guys. You're looking up. You're looking.
Fuck that, dude.
You're looking up the stairs as you come around the bottom of them. You know what I mean? So like you're walking you're pushing up on the left stick, but you're in it.
God, I want to do that so bad.
It's
Why
great.
do I not have VR, dude? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
I would love that for a game where I get to like fly around in a spaceship and I can actually like look and like
head track,
hit buttons and shit, or like head track while I'm playing.
The new Star Wars, the Star Wars Vader Immortal lets you do all. It's great. It's amazing. But
yeah, that's great.
But yeah, horror in VR is just next level pants shitting.
Are zombie games scary to y'all ever? Or
Yes.
does it take something special like in the game, or is most of the game? What
It's
do I
like,
say? Like most of the game for me is like fucking chilling with my
challenge.
buds and like doing some challenging
Right.
shit.
I mean, Left 4 Dead's scary for sure. It depends.
Left 4 Dead's too goofy for me.
Ooh, did you play Left 4 Dead? Was it the second one that had let you play the bad guys? Let you play the zombies?
I didn't play that.
Oh man! So you could Left
2
4 Dead
felt
had
a little
those-
unfair.
Yeah,
2
'cause
felt
they
like
had
it
all
was
those
fighting
different-
you too much.
all those different types, and
Yeah.
like the witches. Ooh, the witches
Yeah.
crying in the fucking rooms. No, thank you. Yeah, fuck that. And then the hunters that ran on all fours and like tackled you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the smokers that had those long tongues that would like hang you if you got to a high enough spot and grab somebody. You could like hang them from it and choke them to death. And then boomers. Those games were never super scary for me.
No.
Here's
Okay,
the
so
problem
scariest
with
zombie
zombie
game.
games. Here's the problem with zombie games. It's not realistic enough for the zombie world. You know what I'm saying? For the zombie genre. Like in Dying Light, you can get slapped by a zombie. That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Sure.
if you get bit, your game should be over. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but like I'm watching Left 4 Dead play back, it's just, I don't know.
You got
It doesn't
automatic
instill
weapons.
fear. Zombie games don't instill. I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong thing. But they don't instill fear like they should to me.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure. Milk Money.
Well,
Toph in the go ahead.
You made me beat that game for you because it
Not
was too
out of
scary.
fear. Just I just couldn't do it. Like my hands just couldn't do the jumping
You said
thing.
You just said it was too scary for a while.
Did I?
Yeah, but
Dying Light had moments though. I'm
No,
looking
I mean
forward to Dying Light
I played Dying Light like a pussy for sure, dude. Like I was 100% like, oh, it's about to get dusk. Time to go. Like I real life that shit, dude.
Sure.
It's like
There were a couple times I was
sure.
like out in the middle of a lake when the sun went down. I just sat there. Like, I'll just wait. I didn't go back to the shore. I was like, nope, they can't get me out here. Toph asked a good question in the chat if we want to answer it. What non-horror game has one of the scariest moments for you? I stopped playing BioShock because of the doctor that attacks you after the fog, after the room steams up.
Non-horror scary. Wow. Yeah, BioShock had its moments.
BioShock
Gosh, I
Infinite
don't know.
had moments too. I'm trying
That's
to think of
tough.
a non-scary. Oh shit!
Half-Life.
Ben, I got it. Ben, I got
Half-Life.
it. Ooh, Half-Life.
Half-Life.
What's that town called that you go to?
Ravenholm,
Ravenholm. Fuck yeah, that level's great.
which is unfair because that's a horror chapter.
Yeah, but it's ostensibly not a horror game.
It's not. But the rest of the game had a lot of terrifying. The head crabs and the head zombies in
I
it.
want to play Half-Life Alyx so bad, but I've heard there's
Me
a
too.
scene in that game that is legit one of the most scary things that someone's seen. Because you're in
Huh.
like a dark room while a head crab's crawling around and trying to get you.
Cool.
And so you
Oh, yeah,
try
and you have to, like, hold
throw
up things.
at it and like
Yeah.
block it. Yeah.
I got to throw
Go ahead.
rocks at oh my god, I forgot the name. What's the giant thing that Luke fights under Jabba's palace?
Rancor.
Rancor. I got to throw rocks at a Rancor last night.
That's dope.
Anyway.
That's dope. So my best scary memory from a non-scary game is when you show up, Ben, on the Asari homeworld in Mass Effect 3 and have to fight the Wraiths, the Yakshi that have been turned into those like tall things that like scream at you. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
And you're walking through
Mass
like
Effect. Yep.
You're walking through like a dark facility, and
Mhm.
things are like rustling in the darkness, and then you hear that
Oh, yeah.
scream in the distance, and you're like, "What the
So
fuck is that?"
yeah, we're picking the most horror elements out of non-horror games, but yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
kind of unavoidable.
yeah, 100%.
Uh, man, I'm trying to think of older games that got me. Like Fat Jolly Guy says, the Super Metroid got him. That's incredible.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely happened back in the day.
Remember
Some more
Zombies
come
Ate
to
My
mind.
Neighbors? That game was great.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It was great. I don't blame any
Um,
scare. I think Castlevania scared me too much when I was super young
Castlevania's pretty spooky.
because it's
Yeah.
vampires and bats and skeletons.
Did you ever play
Skeleton?
Arkham
What's
Knight had a scary jump scare.
Arkham Knight? Or all the Arkham games had
Scarecrow
moments.
is fucking terrifying in those games.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Classically, there's a game on Super Nintendo called Home. Sorry,
Wrecker.
no.
Mhm.
It's
horror
called
for
Mother
some
in it's called Mother in Japan, and it's called. The chat's gonna, especially a few of these people. Are gonna
Yeah,
nail
yeah.
it.
Chat, help them out. Help
Uh,
them out.
It's called Mother in Japan. They only released one of them on Super. Kid Ness. The kid Ness is from the game. He's got a baseball bat and a hat.
Ness is from Mother.
Yeah, but it's from the you'll know it. It's called Home something.
Earthbound Beginnings?
Earthbound. Thank you.
I
Yeah,
Googled
I'm
it
not.
wrong, bro.
Yes, good job. Chat failed me. Anyway, so apparently the last elements, the last chapter, the last boss fight of that game is fucking terrifying. Like you're fighting some like Satan fetus thing that like takes over your whole screen and like reads your past. And yeah, it's supposed to be
that.
pretty awesome. Yeah, it's supposed to be. But I've never played it. Watched somebody play it. But I'm trying to find older games that were scarier in the old days. But that's going to take too much time.
Yeah.
That should have been research. What's the worst horror game you guys could be stuck in?
Fuck off. Oh God.
Any. I mean, fuck. all these games are nightmares.
Sure.
Silent Hill.
Yeah, being in Silent Hill would be pretty awful.
No, like be god awful, dude.
Yeah.
Like honestly, Dead by Daylight would suck too. Like any horror game would suck.
Dead by Daylight, just treat it like I Am Legend and go to sleep at night and do your shit in the day. Just don't be caught out at night. I'd be making plans to
What
be
happened
home
to that
by
sequel?
3.
You
It's
said
coming.
that's the
It's still
sequel that
coming.
got. Okay.
No, that Dead Island 2 got canceled. Dying Light just got pushed to next year. And that
Okay.
takes place like 20 years after the last game. And like we
Mhm.
didn't cure it. We just live with it now. So
Yeah.
cities are like built like 13 stories up. And
Mhm.
like you can go into warehouses and they're full of zombies like sleeping. It's I Am Legend, the game.
Mhm.
It looks fucking dope. It looks dope. I can't think of a game that would be. I mean, Dead Space would be a fucking nightmare because you're on a ship alone. Oh, and the ending of that game. You remember the ending of Dead Space, the first one?
The first one was pretty bad. Yeah, your girlfriend comes back in the cockpit of the ship when
But
you're supposed to be like flying home to safety.
Yeah, so you're flying
Yeah.
home to safety, but like the whole game, you're trying to go find her, and then you find out like near the end that she's been dead the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Isaac gets back to the ship and takes his helmet off and is flying away finally, and you're like, he did it. And then his girlfriend's in the back, and you're
Yeah.
like, fuck. And then she like jumps and attacks him, and it fades to black, and you're like, cool, fuck
Roll,
this game.
roll credits. Yep.
Fuck this game. But Dead Space would be worse for me because there's literally no escaping it. Like I can't just
You're
go
stuck on a ship.
outside. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't just go outside because outside's gonna kill me too. Although that might make it better because I could just space myself when I've had it. Just you know what? Fuck it. Goosh, I'm gone.
I would say the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne games are all pretty horror game too.
Sure.
Especially
Blood
Bloodborne.
Soul or Blood Souls.
Yeah,
Demonborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bloodborne for sure. It's very Lovecraftian, Victorian horror.
Yeah.
What horror game would you most like to be in with your friends? If you could pick the biggest, baddest crew.
Oh.
Hmm.
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would
What
say
is that one?
I would say State of Decay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because people are building like sanctuaries and
Yeah,
surviving.
Toph and I fucked with that game for like a
Mm-hmm.
whole day one day, like 8 hours. It was like from 2 to 10 p.m. we fucked with it. It was great. And we were like, we'll do this again sometime. And then didn't. It's still installed. It's still installed, Toph. Don't worry. I've still got it installed. We can play it whenever you want. We can play whenever you like.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is that zombie game in which is kind of goofy, but you like build cool weapons? Help me out.
Build cool weapons?
Yeah, it's like, they have like Dead Rising.
Oh, Dead Rising.
Oh, sure.
Dead
Yeah,
Rising.
you get like steamrollers and
Yeah, like that would be fun, right? Like
lawnmowers and
Giant
crafting all
zombie
types of
killing
shit.
lawnmowers. Yeah, fuck yeah.
That'd be fun. I'd do that.
Just
That's a good
holding,
answer.
just holding down a fucking hot rod garage, Ben, and just building crazy shit, and then
yeah.
going out and having fun. I never played those games. It seemed too cartoony.
They're fun smashers. Fun,
Yeah.
like fun little smashing games.
I remember getting to a point where I got on a lawnmower in the courtyard of a mall and started running over zombies, and I was like, maybe this isn't for me. I was like, maybe I don't like this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They look good. They're fun. You know, it's
Yeah.
you want to smash
Oh,
100 things.
you know what really creeped me out is when you started killing zombies in 2 games that didn't think we're gonna have zombies in them. Tenchu and Thief. Both of those games had the undead in it, and it terrified the shit out of me.
Sure. Because you weren't
Because
expecting
you're just like
it at
killing,
all.
you're killing like shogunates and thugs, and all of a sudden like zombies come out of nowhere. And then Thief, of course, you had to like throw your holy water darts at them, your holy water arrows. And
Yeah. I forgot Thief had that weird like occult turn to it.
yeah.
Because each of them did it, at least in some fashion. Speaking of Thief and like that turn, Dishonored did that shit too. Like in Dishonored, when you start, if you are violent, the plague starts taking over people, and like you've got, not even if you're violent, there's a, what's her name, Mags or something like that. There's like this old witch lady that lives out in the swamps in the first game that like just has basically zombies run at you the whole time. They're like infected and feral people running at you. And you could call up hordes of rats to like bury them in rats and then like eat them until they were all gone. It was fucked up.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then the second game had blood flies that like, oh, this is body horror shit. But the second game had blood flies that would create these hives in these houses. And if you lived in the house and weren't able to get out, the blood flies would nest in you. And so there's like people walking around with holes in their backs. These like fleshy, like goopy holes in their backs. And if they see you and scream, they like the flies like come out of their backs and swarm you. It's not good.
That's not good. Plus that's got that fear of seeing like repetitive holes in things. There's like a word for that.
Yeah.
Typophobia.
Yep, that's the one.
Your boy got it bad.
I saw talking about that in tech, like zoning out, like can't think about this.
So there's another what was it? Here is it. I just saw it. Oh yeah, I think before the show is over, I need to talk about Doom.
Oh fuck yeah.
Doom was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And it was the classic walk into a room, there's the red key, grab the key, lights shut off, doors, walls open, and with the lights still off, people like zombies and demons start biting into you, and you can hear like as like they're biting into your fucking flesh. And with the lights off. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Doom did things. Even Wolfenstein was scary at times because you were fully in control of your own point of view. And something could be shooting you and you didn't know what because you're not looking at it.
Well, also Return to Castle Wolfenstein was like about zombies, wasn't it?
Eventually, yeah.
One of the Wolfensteins.
Especially the expansions.
Yeah.
Oh man, Soul Reaver definitely got creepy at times.
Yeah, I don't remember those games much except for like the intro sequence when Cain rips Azrael's wings out.
Oh no, that was a very creepy game. Raziel. The whole story was you're finding old mutated vampires, and one of them was a spider-based one, spider webs and stuff.
Yeah,
it was very creepy. I'd love that. That game needs to be remastered. Really badly, but
I think one of the reasons I didn't fuck with Doom 1 is because the beginning of that game is so unsettling. And not like
Big-
super unsettling, but when you wake up and you're on that fucking like that like sacrifice table, and
Yeah.
you're like, why the fuck am I here?
Mhm.
And then you're just like kind of getting through the surface of Mars and like an entirely bloodied facility because everyone's been fucking massacred. I think that game didn't jive with me immediately because like every room I was waiting for jump scares because in the past Doom did resort to cheap thrills. Like Doom 3 was very closet monsters, closet monsters, closet monsters, and like these two Dooms that are out now are wildly different, right? They're not
Yeah.
plainly scary. They're more just like, what if we threw you into hell with shotguns? And like that's dope.
I think I legitimately dislike Eternal. It's just not my
Sure.
bag.
Sure. I played through
I'm
like
gonna keep
3
playing. I
hours.
might play through it on
It's-
easy.
Yeah.
The heaven stuff and those huge 300-foot tall whatever I've got coming. But
Yeah.
the whole like it feels like a mini game the whole time.
Sure.
Like there's so many like gamey aspects. It's not Doom anymore.
Sure. Sure. Tech, do you have a game that you would a horror game that you would endure with a group of friends? Like living in it? So he's like largely
No, I just said, that it seemed like they sucked.
Sure. Would you?
I don't know, man.
Do you think we could survive a zombie apocalypse if we were armed
No.
and together?
No. We'd argue. Luke would try to get drunk. We survived for a little while,
Yeah.
but y'all not gun enthusiasts enough. I gotta go through the gun enthusiast group of friends.
Yeah.
Homie,
Like,
I'm a sure shot. Fuck out of here with that.
You a sure shot?
Yeah, I'm
Last time
sure
you shot a gun.
2 years ago.
Where's your gun?
It wasn't mine. You
Right
don't
here,
have
dude.
to-
I'm always ready. I'm not gonna put it on camera, but it's literally right here. Like
Eric's like, come on down, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
now, Nate has guns,
No,
but I
he doesn't.
worry about
He's got
I
Lego
worry
guns.
about his accuracy. He probably should put it sideways.
Yeah, and tripod or bipod. Just
Yeah, I don't know. We definitely need to wherever if it happens, wherever Odin lives is where we go. Like it seems desolate enough.
It's only 5 hours away.
It seems desolate enough
5-6
that
hours.
we survive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're smart.
Yeah, I think we'd make it.
We wouldn't be first wave.
No, we'd be.
Looking at our situation though, it would be the hardest thing would be to link up to get across town.
Yep.
and even find each other.
Can I tell y'all how many times a month I have the thought of like, should we have a bug out location? Should we have bug out bags?
Everybody should have a bug out bag.
Should I have
regardless.
a tank of gas in the back of the car that I refill every 2 months just to make sure that like I can go somewhere and not need to stop for gas? And like my like, don't worry about it brain has been strong enough to not lead me to doing it yet, but it's getting to the point where it's like, nah, I'm gonna have to start. Maybe once this generation of console shit rolls around and I don't have to worry about upgrading my tech, I just like focus on spending that money on a couple bug out bags, especially with kids. Nah, we got to be prepared. Get the fuck out.
I have figured out how I would survive in here, like how I would board up here.
Sure.
Which I'm not going to say, but
no, don't advertise that.
Right. So I feel good about that. Like if I had to hunker down, I could here. But as far as escape is concerned, it'd be really hard in my location to escape.
Yeah, all of us living in a city.
Yeah.
We'd either have to be like on the ball and be like immediately like, this is gonna get bad, let's go. Or we'd have to hunker down and wait it out until we could leave when everybody else has failed. Which means bigger hordes.
Yeah.
And and honestly, we're in a worldwide shortage of ammo. So it would suck right now. Like it's hard to get ammo right now. Yeah. It's been hard all year.
Ryan's in the chat. He says you need to call it like a week ahead. You need to have the forethought.
You got to be like Israel in World War Z. Like you have to just know.
Yeah. As soon as the news articles say that they're bottling moon water and getting ready to bring it home, you go.
Hey,
that's when you go.
Let's fucking go.
That's my funny.
That's Ben's joke. But yeah, they discovered that there was more water on the moon recently, and I was like,
I know. It's just a matter of time before you can Yep.
which is how you know they've never been there before. Anyway,
Jesus Christ. Just throwing that shit out there like it's just it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Dope. Well, I like talking about scary games more than I like playing them. And that's
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
ain't nobody finna get off and play a scary game.
No,
None of y'all.
not at
None of y'all
all.
getting
No.
off and play a
I'm gonna
scary
hop
game.
off and jump right into fucking Watch Dogs Legion. I'm excited about that shit.
Oh, it's out, isn't it? It's out
Yes,
tonight.
it is out.
Then
But before we do that,
Yeah, we'll
while
get
they're negotiating,
No, we'll get it. We'll get it. I'm
Ben,
getting that in
Ben.
I'm getting that in Cyberpunk. The rest is negotiable.
Nope. While they're
Cyberpunk
doing
might
that,
be next year.
if you want to follow the podcast or anything that the podcast does, you can go to nerdybits.com or nerdy_bits on Twitter. You can follow me at LubWubTech. Where can people find you?
At Tech Supreme everywhere.
Ben, where can people find you?
Everywhere at Sketch Soya.
I did things out of order, so forgive me. Is there anything y'all want to share in the bounties portion? Anything you're watching, listening to, reading, or playing that you want to talk about, you want to share?
I'm not playing anything new. I'm still playing a lot of Squadrons. Very excited to play the new Sea of Thieves update tomorrow with the family.
Yep.
Looks like it could be moderately good time. Another big content dump. We're watching Community, like I said in the beginning. Nothing new, man. No new content.
Dope.
Except the content I'm creating.
Sure. Tech, what you got?
I went through my second watching of The Mandalorian, just so I can be ready for Friday or whenever it comes out. I think it's Friday. Game wise, I've been playing a lot of Apex, of course. Looking forward to a lot of the new stuff that's about to come out. So super excited about that. That's about it. TV shows, I'm still I'm watching Utopia. I need to get back into watching it. I've been watching stuff with my girl, like Below Deck Mediterranean. So sometimes you have to as the man, you have to watch things that normally you wouldn't watch. I think we all have those shows that we get sucked into.
Yeah, sure.
Mine was Below Deck, which is actually it's a yachting show. It's pretty interesting actually. That's about it.
All right.
Nothing major.
I started Utopia. I'm on episode 3. That show.
It goes left real quick.
Yeah, I remember you saying that and being like, but like how? And then homies show up at the hotel and I was like, oh shit.
That's how.
Okay, damn, this show's serious. I love it. Yeah, that show's interesting. It's got me hooked. I need to get back to Dark. That was the other thing I was watching. I'm like 8 episodes into the first season of that. Outside of that, nothing new in terms of games. I've started Cardo, that really adorable like cartography based adventure game that just showed up on Game Pass because I was looking at it at my grandma's house and was like, this looks cute as fuck. I kind of want to play it. And it showed up on Game Pass. And then, why not at that point? And then Watch Dogs tonight. Oh, soon. I'm so excited. Oh, by the way, I do think I read somewhere that the multiplayer for that's not going to be day one.
It never is anymore.
Well, I'm less motivated to buy it day one.
Right. That's what I was looking forward to the most, actually, when we said it was out tonight.
Is there multiplayer in Watch Dogs 2? Yes. Maybe I was misled.
You just said Watch Dogs 2. This is not Watch Dogs 2.
Sorry, Watch Dogs 3. I typed in Watch Dogs 2. I wasn't seeing anything. Watch Dogs Legion's multiplayer will launch on December 3rd.
Okay. Well.
Oh well.
We'll see you December 3rd.
We'll wait till then.
Sure. All right.
You streaming Watch Dogs though, Caleb? Because I'll watch that.
Yeah, I am going to stream Watch Dogs right after this. I've got this set up, y'all, so I can start streaming again. Woo! We just have to, line everything else up. Dope. Before we wrap up our show every week, we have a fun fact. It's called our Smurf fact for our dear friend Smurf who came up with it. I'm going to play the jingle real quick.
Smurf fact, oh yeah.
Ben, I have one if you don't.
I always have one, but I will if you.
Mine's short. I'll do mine and then you go for yours.
Mine is also short.
All right. No, perfect. 2 for the price of 1. So 11 plus 2 equals 13, right? 12 plus 1 equals 13. Did you already do this one?
Yeah, sure did.
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
I watched Neil deGrasse Tyson say it the other day, and I was like,
yeah, that's where I got it from. And there's 13 letters in each one.
And they both equal 13. All right. And they're anagram of each other.
Right.
All right. Well, my fun fact was a reuse.
Way to go. That's gonna make mine sound really stupid. If you got in your car and drove up, it would only take you 1 hour to get to space.
Yeah.
At what speed?
60 miles an hour,
Okay. So space is 60 miles up.
basically.
All right.
Pretty crazy considering it takes you 23 hours to get across our country.
Yeah, that's wild.
That tells you how thin our atmosphere is in comparison to the circumference of the planet.
Yeah, that also. Sarge said you did that one too before.
No.
No, he says. No,
And that's
I
it.
did not. Yeah, and that's it.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm gonna stream Watch Dogs right after this. I'm gonna let the dog out get some water. So 5 minutes. We're gonna stream that. You can catch this episode on streaming services on Fridays. There's no Nerdy Bit Show tomorrow, but there's going to be one the following week, and it's going to be after election, so it'll be fun.
The world will be burning.
Yeah. So everybody, be safe. Have a good next week, as good as you can. Take your time doing things, and take time for yourself, because we're all going to need it. And you should play games. If you never did, you should. These things are fun, and fun is good. Take it easy, everybody. We will see you soon.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.